Hey everyone, welcome once again to another Kremzeek reviews. This time we have Transformers Age of the Primes Combaticon Vortex deluxe figure. As you can see here, we have Bruticus on the side of the box, and here is Vortex in his alt mode, which is also a military chopper. And it's one of the 5 members of the Combaticons. Of course, we are going to unbox him now. So this is a deluxe figure, as I've said before, and he's the first member of the Combaticons that came out with this series by Hasbro or Scar Tomy. So this is Vortex, as you can see here, in his twist ties and his manual here. And as you can see here, the rotor is detached from the figure. And there's some accessories here wrapped in the Transformers logo paper. And here is Vortex. So we are going to attach, first things first, his rotors in the back. So here we have a spinning rotors, of course. So here we have Vortex in his G1 form. As you can see, the head here is pretty basic with a visor and a faceplate. You can also attach the rotors onto his arms or do some attaching ports here where you can attach the weapons or the rotors as well. So you can also use that as his weapon. And his other arm also has that small rotor from the tail of the helicopter. So you can remove that for now. You can also rotate this part. So you just attach the rotors in the back. And you can just let it spin for a while. So he comes with some accessories here, which is like 2 small guns and 1 bigger one. So like 3 guns all in all. And of course you can also attach these onto his arms here underneath his elbows. And there's one there underneath as well. But it's kind of getting in the way of that stabilizer with the small rotors in it. So then for the bigger gun, of course, he can hold it with his weapon. So this thing rotates as well. It's like canister tanks or something. And there you have Vortex. So for the head, of course, it's in a ball joint, so he rotates, moves up and down a bit. And as you can see here, the visor and the faceplate and the Decepticon logo on his left shoulder. There's a bit of cable on the forearm here, but you can also move this downwards, as you can see here. If it gets in the way, you could move it further down. So it's an additional attachment or like a shell from the arm. So there's a peg there as well, or a holding port for the weapon that you can also attach onto his forearm here, I think, which pretty much makes sense. He has waist rotation as well, 2 splits. He's got thigh rotation. He's got knee articulation, of course, and a bit of ankle rocking on both feet, of course. So there you have Vortex articulation. Whoop. Alright, just make sure he stands up pretty nicely. So just rotate it. I just can't keep myself from rotating that rotor on the back, which is kind of fun. So now, next thing we're going to do is, of course, transform him. First things we got to do is make sure that we get rid of all these accessories to make it easier, so that I can show it to you guys that it's easier without the accessories, including the rotor in the back. First things first, what we do is we rotate the head here, like that, and then rotate this part, and then bring this plate here to cover the face. And then this will be the front of the helicopter, of course, on the top. And with that one, just make sure you bring up the arms and the shoulders onto the middle part of the top of the torso, like this. Make sure they're all aligned together. It's not really that hard. Bring out the stabilizer here, and then clip both arms together like this. And then it's easy as that. And then with the feet, of course, you just lift this part of the front part of the legs here, and then bring in the upper part of the legs onto the cockpit of the helicopter, which will be, as you can see here. Just make sure you tab them properly. So there's a holding tab there on the side, and there you have it. Fits perfectly. Bring that thing back, then put back the rotor on top of the helicopter like that. And according to the instructions, you can also attach the weapons here on the side. So it's very versatile. You can attach the weapons on the side of the helicopter here. Aside from those ports in there, you can also attach it on the nose of the helicopter, as you can see with the gun.
The Transformers will return after these messages. We now return to the Transformers.
And as I've said before, it's very versatile. It's very fun to play with. As you can see, the rotors are rotating. And on the back, there's a wheel there behind the head of Vortex. You can also attach 3 small guns onto the weapon ports here underneath the helicopter, or on the back of the tail of the helicopter, or on the side with a bigger gun here. So it's like an attack helicopter now, of course. It's very versatile. And of course the rotors is fun looking at it. I don't know. It's just that it kind of looks realistic, if you might say. I don't know if there's a certain type of helicopter with this kind of design. It doesn't look like a Black Hawk helicopter though, so we are going to put back the weapons into their original, or where they're supposed to. So there we have Vortex in his military helicopter mode, or alt mode. So he's really fun to play with, as you can see here. I'm pretty much excited with the rest of the members of the Combaticons, since what we saw on the SDCC launch. So we saw Onslaught, Blast Off, and of course Brawl. We haven't seen Swindle though. So here's just another example that this one can also be detached, because he forms the arm of Bruticus. So just like the others from the Age of Appliance figures, like Slingshot or the Stunticons, they can split in half because they're part of the arms of the Gestalt robot, which is Bruticus. Just make sure you push that thing pin there to release that lock. And for size comparison, as you can see here, this is Slingshot with Vortex. For size comparison, basically the same size deluxe figures. They even have the same port where you attach the arms, which is this one with Onslaught, of course. And on his robot mode, if you compare him with Air Raid, as you can see, basically the same scale and size as well. Pretty smaller compared to a regular deluxe before with the Legacy, as you can see here with Defcon. And they're getting smaller now compared to Studio Series Optimus Prime here. As you can see, this is a Commander class, of course. And there we have Combaticon Vortex Deluxe figure. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of this figure. And thank you for watching my channel. Till next time. See you.
The Transformers will return after these messages.